I'm going to be canning some sweet potatoes. I got these on sale. We're going to grow some in the spring. So here in Australia you plant them in the spring. I've already cut some up and I've put them into quart jars. So I'll bring you back when I put them into the canner. Now in the canner I have added 3 quarts of warm water, and I'm going to put in a splash of vinegar, and that's so you don't have cloudy jars. Now you just have to get some cheap vinegar, nothing too expensive. So I'm just going to pop in a splash. Now I've just boiled the kettle with some filtered water, and I'm going to fill my jars. Now some people like to do syrup, but I'm not using mine as a sweet, so I just use water. Then I'm going to debubble. You must get the bubbles out, otherwise it could prevent you from having a good seal. So just stick that right down. Okay, then I'm going to take a napkin, dip it in some vinegar and wipe my rims. Even though I'm not using anything greasy like meat, I still use the vinegar. Okay, I'm going to take a lid. Now you don't have to heat your lids up these days, but I just tend to warm them up because some of these new lids, they're not as good as the old ones, I don't think. So put on a lid and then just finger tight, screw it down finger tight. Don't do it too tight. Okay, now this is ready to go into the canner. Okay, which I am also heating up. So I'll get these done, and then I'll bring you back once they're all in the canner. But basically it's just the same process. Debubble. I know there's a lot of newbies out there, so make sure you just debubble, get those bubbles out. Right. And then wipe your rims. Pop on the lid. Don't you just love this lid grabber? I just love it. Look at that. Put on a ring and finger tight, and that's it. Now these, once they're in the canner, these will process for 90 minutes. They're quart jars. Okay, if you're using pints, then I think it's about 65 for the sweet potatoes. So I hope you can see this is a lovely steady flow of steam, and we're going to vent it for 10 minutes. Now this is pushing all the cold air out of the canner. Now this little nipple, that will pop up, and once that does, that tells me there's pressure in the canner. So after venting for 10 minutes, I will put on my jiggler. Now the canner has reached its pressure for my elevation, and the jiggler has started rocking. So now I will set my timer for 90 minutes. Now guys, it's important when you're pressure canning, you do not walk away, go do some gardening, you stay in the kitchen. I never leave my canner, I stay in the kitchen. You never know, if you lose pressure or whatever reason, you must keep an eye on your canner. Now the canner has depressurized, the little nipple has dropped down, so that's telling me that there's no more pressure in the canner. Now I'm going to wait about 5 to 10 minutes before I remove the lid, and then I'll wait another 5 minutes before, 5 or even 10 minutes actually, before I even try taking those jars out. So this is the next morning. And I have taken my rings off, washed the jars, and they've been labelled. Now these will go on my shelf and will last for years without refrigeration. I've got about 2 or 3 more loads to do, so I'm still going to have a very busy day today. Thanks for watching.